So after taking this one, so here if number of seconds will be very high, you'd like to take this number of hours here. So you just to print out. So this particular so print time dot convert hours. Okay, like this. Okay, in this way you could able to do this one here. So this exercise EX28, I think it is 28. So this is the way you can perform this one here. Let me save this one here. So one more print will be taken off, then it will be very easy to so display for twice, because we have printed for twice, 2 times. So no need to take this one here. If you switch off this one and if you switch off again this one, so then let me execute this one for a while. Then you can see 3 hours 50 minutes by this one, 1 hour 15 minutes 20 seconds. Okay, something like this. You could able to generate. If you want to print in the method, yes, you can print out this one. If you want to print something like this, you can print out this one. So however, if you switch off these two, I mean make these two are comments, then it will be very easy. So like this you could get the outcome here. So I hope that you understood what exactly the seconds are, what exactly the hours are, seconds are, minutes are, all these things you may understand. For example, if you take, so look at this, I have taken so 230 number of calci. If you take this particular thing, look at this particular calci. So here 230 divided by 60, in the sense 3 minutes will be there with you. 3 minutes will be there with you, and the leftover seconds will be 230 minus 3 into probably in calci there is no possibility to operate this one here. So 3 into 60 will be 180 actually. So minus 230. Leftover thing will be 50 seconds. So that's what we got. As an output here. So 3 minutes 50 seconds, something like this. If you take this particular thing here, for example 4520, if you take that particular thing, so 4530, okay, so divided by 3600, there it is, 3600. So totally 1 hour something, 1 point something is there, 1 hour will be there with you, so therefore 1 hour will be there. So leftover seconds will be so for 4520 minus 3600 will be so this many leftover seconds are available. Okay, 1 hour followed by this many number of seconds. If this will be divided by, for example 60 will be taken, so 15 minutes, 1 hour 15 minutes, so 920 minus, okay, 15 into 60 will be 900. So 920 minus 920, where is it? 920 minus 900 will be, so 1 hour 15 minutes 20 seconds. So probably that is the output here. Where exactly? Where the exact? Yeah, 1 hour 15 minutes 20 seconds. In this way you could able to take the particular thing. So here also you can convert. I mean here also you could draw the same, because if you take those many, so you should not be get in a proper way. Let me write. Let me take this one here. Convert to minutes. Instead of convert to minutes, if you take something like this, let us have a look here. If you execute this particular thing, 0 hours, so 3 seconds, sorry, 3 minutes, 50 seconds. Okay, like that also. You can call these two at any point of time. There is no problem at all. Okay, here also you can call something like this here. You can call, so this particular thing as well. This particular thing also gets called here. There is no problem at all. Any number of times, any times you can call it this one here. So 3 minutes 50 seconds, 0 hours 3 minutes 50 seconds. This is for first input, and second input will be 75 minutes 20 seconds. So it should not be displayed in such a way. So that is why we'd like to go ahead with the hours as well here. So this is hours here. Okay, 75 minutes will be again converted into hours. So that will be 1 hour. So 60 minutes will be gone with 75. So 15 minutes are left over here. So the 1 hour, 15 minutes, 20 seconds. In this way, you could able to specify. This is the way of converting this one. Okay. So if you are interested, so if 1 hour cannot be there here, let us take some kind of input here. For example, I wanted to which method will be called in such a way here in the sense you can take one particular s will be equal to integer of input, enter number of seconds. Okay, you could take some number of seconds as input here. So if you want to call this particular method, only this particular method here. So how you could call here in the sense you write one small logic here. If s is so less than or equal to, so less than only, not or equal to, less than 3600, then you could call this one here. This one here. So time of yes. Okay. Then only you will go ahead with only print minutes only. Don't go for hours. Don't go for hours here because number of minutes, sorry, number of seconds which is less than 3600. So you'll go ahead like this one. Else, then you'd like to call. So the same thing here. So time of s only. You'd like to create your own object in such a way s only. But now you can call hours right now. Just write one small logic here. So extra logic here. Then it will be okay for you. Which method will be called in what situation? If you want to, if it is less than 3600, then only minutes and seconds will be available. Okay, hour could not be there with you. Sorry, it is not hours. Yes, hours will not be there with you. Within 3600, only minutes will be available and seconds will be available. Greater than 3600, it will be taken only hours. Sorry, including hours, not only hours, including hours. So look at this. I'd like to execute this one for a while for you. So let me take so 3450. So therefore 57 minutes, 30 seconds. 57 minutes, 30 seconds. Okay, let me execute one more time for a while here. For example, so 6780. For example, if you take 1 hour, 53 minutes, 0 seconds. Okay, so like that, you just write your own logic here. If you write your own logic, then it will be very easy to call which method. So if more than 1 hour will be there, then you will call only convert to hours. Less than an hour will be there, then you have to convert. You have to call only convert to minutes method only. In such a way, you can perform. This is the 28th program. All of you are instructed to write everything in your records, and soon you have to turn up to the college. You please submit your records as 20 records first, followed by another 20, something like that. I will finish off everything. Okay, in such a way. Okay. Probably it could be there with you. So even soon I have to complete my class. I will send out YouTube link as well. Okay, I'll go for one more problem here. That problem will be 29th one. So look at this. Write a class called converter. Converter is our class name, and you will be pass length and units to be declaring an object from the class. For example, C will be equal to convert of 9 comma inches. You have sent it out as inches here. The possible units are inches, feet, add, mile, kilometer, meter, meters, centimeters, and millimeters. So you have to convert everything. You have to convert everything here. Okay. So like this, you have to convert in such a way here. And convert object created above, the user should call c dot feet. Feet is the particular method, and will be gets 0.75 as a result here. Okay, if it is inches, then you have to convert into feet. If it is some other, so you have to convert into all other things here. Okay, something like that you'd like to perform in such a way here. Okay, so now let us do it for this particular kind of thing here. New file again. So our class name is converter. Class capital C, I think it is capital C, converter, CONVERTER. Converter is class name. Then followed by, you need to define your constructor, INIT, init method. That is constructor will be taken self, comma, two different types of things will be taken as input as far as your problem specifies. You need to give so one integer, then followed by into what kind of so thing we are supposed to convert. So therefore, like to give n is one input. Then second one is whatever the name you are trying to convert. Okay. So self dot value will be equal to n, whatever the n you can take. So self dot so name will be equal to whatever the name you have taken, like this. Then you need to convert into so feet to inches. So please try to write in camel case. This is called as camel case. So feet to inches. Otherwise, if you have any confusion, you just put underscore between all. There is no problem at all. In Java, you are expected to have camel case. You may be experienced in future. Okay, in future you may be experienced. However, inches will be equal to self dot whatever the value you can take value. So if you want to convert feet into so a particular thing, then that will be value into 12. Okay. Then if you're supposed to give inches, so let me say feet, and you have to convert into feet to inches. So 1 feet will be taken 12 inches. So that is what print. So feet to inches value will be feet to inches could be value will be value is comma inches. So this is one way of conversion. Second one, define so miles to kilometer, miles underscore to kilometers of self. If you are supposed to give something like that, then kilometer will be equal to kilometer will be equal to self dot value, whatever the value you have given. So divided by 0. So 62137. Already I have given these values to you. 62, so 137, 137. Okay. Then obviously you have to print. So miles to kilometers is comma km, kilometers. Then followed by feet to, so adds. I'd like to define very minimum. Feet to adds. Okay. Self. And I have to convert, adds will be, one add will be equal to self dot value, whatever the value you have taken, sorry, into 0.3333. Okay, print. So feet to add value is comma, what is the feet to add value? We are having VARD. And one more function, define feet to miles. So likewise, you need to write many actually. So I have converted from feet to inches, from feet to adds, from feet to, so one more thing, miles, feet to miles, miles. So of self. Okay, number of miles for a particular feet will be self dot value is equal to, sorry, into, not is equal to, into 0.0001839. Already I have given 18939. Already given these values. We did all this already. Print. So feet to miles is is actually miles to feet actually. It is miles to feet actually what we did. So probably not feet to miles, miles to feet actually. So it is 189.39. 189.39 is the, so miles. Some feet will be given to you. So those feet will be 1 mile towards a feet will be 189.39 feet will be equal to 1 mile. So how many number of values you are given? So those very values will be taken into consideration. So it will be converted into miles here. However, we'll see. During execution, if things will be possible, we'd like to convert. So some n will be equal to, always it will be taken a float value, input, enter. So feet or inches or centimeters or kilometers or miles. Any one of these you are supposed to enter. Any one of these you are supposed to enter here. Okay. Some x equal to converter. Let me copy this one here because if any spelling mistakes will be there, entire thing will be goes wrong. Converter of whatever the n you have taken, and inches will be the particular value we are supposed to take. Then you may be call everything. X dot feet to inches. Let me copy from this particular area. It's very easy to. X dot miles to kilometers. Actually, this particular problem, whatever the problem I am specifying here, it is not in a, oh, it is not miles actually, it is then x dot. So fit to ads is over, fit to miles. That's all. Exercise, probably what is this exercise? 30? No, 29. EX29. Let me execute this one for a while for you. So miles will be, inches will be 123.45. What is this? Mile is, okay, MILE only, not S is not there here. So that is the problem here. That is the problem here. So I have taken a variable as mile, and here miles, yes, has been included. So that is why we got a throwback error here. Okay. However, let me execute for one more time. So one more time. So 123. Sorry. 123.45. So just a bit. Oh, it is not these many miles. So whatever the value we have specified in the miles is correct. So 0.000. So this is correct. This is correct. Okay. This is correct. Yes. That is correct. That is correct. So that is why. So 123.45 again. Let me give the same 123.45 again. So like this. Okay. In this way, you could able to take this one here. In this way, we'd like to take this particular thing here. This is the complete problem. This is the complete problem here. Anyhow, I'll send out all these things by using Google Classrooms right now. Soon I have to complete my class. I have to take this one. Why only 24 people have joined? What about remaining people? Only 24 were joined. I'd like to take the attendance as well, because many other people have not joined. Myself. So this is what the problem here. Probably this problem is also gets over. You please write everything on the records. Okay. Then how much time is remaining? I don't know how much time. Okay. So next problem, 29th is over, 30th problem. So look at this. Write a Python class to implement power of x comma n. So power of x comma n, already POW is one particular method which is available with math module, already available. So x raises for n times. X raises for n times. Okay. So therefore, if you are trying to specify something like this here, if number of x value and n value will be given, how could you identify the power here? So that is the problem what we are supposed to take into consideration here. X might be probably equal to 0, or x might be equal to 1, or n might be equal to 1. If n might be equal to 1, whatever the x value you have to produce same. If x might be equal to 0, so x will be the particular value. So whatever the irrespective of the n value, so 0 power anything will be equal to 0 only. So 1 power anything will be equal to 1 only. So therefore, if x equal to 0, I am analyzing the problem here. So if you take the values of x, y, and z, sorry, x, y, n, and x, y, something seems like this. If x value will be equal to, for example, if x value will be equal to 0 and n value will be equal to anything, whatever it may be, some 20 or 10 or however, whatever the value it may be, this is one particular case. If x value will be equal to 1 and n value will be equal to anything, so for example, this is another case. If x value will be equal to anything, so let me say anything, any value here, but n value will be equal to, so 1, then all these cases will be returns the value of x only. Whatever the value of x, that could be written. Okay, so the meaning is 0 power 10 will be equal to 0, and then 1 power 10 will be equal to 1, and let me say some 200, however you can take 200 power 1 will be equal to, so 200. Here I'd like to return the values of x only. So that is the meaning of this one here. In the first case, what we are supposed to, so do the same kind of activity here. Now, this is first case. Case number two. If you take x value is -1. Actually, for negative values, we are not supposed to consider powers here. Okay, so x value will be equal to -1 here in the sense. I mean, modulo division of x will be modulo division of 2 will be equal to, so equal to 0, for example, then you have to return 1. Otherwise, you have to return x value -1 as it is. Okay, so obviously negative values could not be taken into consideration. Okay, then if n value will be equal to 0, for example, next case, n value will be equal to, so 0 here. If n value is 0, so anything power 0 will be equal to 1. Anything power 0 will be equal to 1. Third case. Okay, if n is less than 0, so if n is less than 0, for example, if n is less than 0, for example, fourth case, less than 0 here in the sense, if n is less than 0, then what we are supposed to do? So you are supposed to do, so 1 divided by, so for example, n will be equal to -2, for example, x will be some particular value 5, so n will be equal to -2 here. What do you mean by this one here? 1 divided by 5 square. So this is the value here. So that is what you need to specify. Here. Okay, so therefore that is the value you are supposed to take into consideration. All these cases must be done. In our class. Okay, so that is what your power description here. So let me do the power description in this particular problem here, new file. So our class name is power. Class POWER. Power is our class name. Within this particular class, we need to define two different types of values here. So value number 1 will be defined. So POW1. Okay, case 1 actually this one, SELF comma x comma n. So here case 1, what we discussed here in the sense, if x will be equal to 0, or so x will be equal to 1, or n will be equal to 1. Either of this case, you will be return the value of x only. Okay. Otherwise, if x will be equal to -1, what we are supposed to do here? If n modulus of 2, simply speaking, x will be equal to -1 here in the sense. So n value we'd like to take into consideration of n. So if n value modulus of so 2 will be equal to 0, that is n value is an even value, then you will get positive value, positive x as outcome. Otherwise negative value, you will get outcome here written. So written 1. So -1 power 2, it is positive 1. -1 power 3, it is negative 1. So that is the meaning here. Else, so written -1. So that is the meaning of second case. Okay. If n equal to 0, for example, next case, if n will be equal to 0, we did not check about n will be equal to 0 here. We'd like to check about only n equal to 1 only. So if n equal to 0, then whatever the value you have with you, that particular value will be goes. Whatever the irrespective of the value of x, it will be returns only 1. It will be returns just 1. Case number 3. Case number 4. If n is less than 0, for example, n is negative. That is the meaning of this particular case. N is negative. So written, what we are supposed to written here in the sense, 1 divided by self dot POW 1 of x comma minus n. Recursively, you can call it as. Okay. If all the cases are not supposed to be found, if all the cases are not supposed to be taken, then value will be equal to whatever the value you are taken. I mean, whatever the specific value you are taken will be equal to self dot power. Okay, whatever the function you have taken here, self dot power x comma n divided by 2. I mean, integer division by 2. In this case, if you take n modulus of 2 will be equal to 0, then what you are supposed to do? You are supposed to return, so value into value, value into value. Otherwise, else you may be written, so value return, sorry, return, 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 so value into x value also be comes into picture. Okay. So there are several cases to be considered here. So case number 1 is this one. This is case number 1. Case number 2 is this one. Case number 3 will be this one. Case number 4 will be this one. And then finally, if you are supposed to take so the value something like this, modulo division 2 will be equal to 0. So value will be squared. Otherwise, value will be squared with the multiplication of x as well. This is our class. Then x will be equal to power of. Let me copy the same character here. So power of. I have created an instance here. I have created one instance here. Then print. So x dot POW1 of x dot the function. I mean the method was called 2 comma minus 2. If you take this particular thing, what is the outcome? Let us see. Print. Second one is so x dot POW1 of 3 comma 5 or 2 comma 4, something like that. You can take anything here. Okay, print. So x dot POW1 of 100 comma 0. What would be happen? I have taken negative value, I have taken a positive value, I have taken 0 as the particular value. Okay. So let us see what exactly the outcomes of these things here. Okay, let me take it as this one is I think it is 30 only. So ex30 as my value here. Program. Okay, let me execute this one and 0.25. Okay, now so 1 by 2 square, 1 by 4 in the sense 0.25. and 2 power 4, that is 16, and 100 power 0, that is 1. Okay, so these are the cases while we are trying to define something about the power of. First one is x equal to 0 or x equal to 1 or n equal to 1. Either of these cases, the particular value will be so x only. So let me execute one more thing here. Print. Let me copy the same content here. So here it is, n value will be equal to 1, for example. N value equal to 1 here. Let me execute this one here. So 100 power 1 is 100 only. So that is for the case what we are supposed to take into consideration. So you need to check all these cases. While power is being taken, you need to check all these cases. Okay, while implementing everything, so all these cases are required. So this is what, so up to 30 I've completed. By tomorrow, I don't want to touch all these problems again. Of course, this is also classes only, and this is also comes under, of course, this is for GUI, graphical user interface, and these two are exceptions. These two are exceptions. Tomorrow, I'd like to define what is polymorphism, define what is the extension of the inheritance. I mean, single level inheritance already defined. Person, there is a problem called person, already you did that. So okay, polymorphism can be explained, so that unit number 4 will be gets over. Then day after tomorrow, I'll go for so exceptions. Exceptions are very important, of course, in Python. So exceptions doesn't make any that much importance, but in Java, exceptions are very important. So therefore, I'd like to so consider the unit number 5 by so next class. Day after tomorrow's class onwards. Let me explain in a proper way of the exceptions, and then we'll go for remaining 3 problems. Then it will be completely gets over of your Python. Soon getting started your class, then we'll discuss so previous questions, how to write those questions in our examinations, and I will discuss everything. So that is what today's class. We'll meet by tomorrow. Okay, time is also gets up.